Late night glow from the screen in the dark. Angie Uploaded, yeah, she leaving her mark. Timeline crack, yeah, the story don't frame. She zooming right in, putting truth on the name. Sun going down, but the story get colder. Angie Uploaded, yeah, the silence get bolder. No filter, no fear when she breaking the case. Angie Uploaded, put the facts in your face. Chat light up when she start connecting. Already know she dissecting. They try burying facts, she digging them out. Angie Uploaded, now we're ringing out loud. We see it. Pattern lock, yeah, the angle exposed. Every breadcrumb trail leading right to the ghost. No script, no spin, she just call it direct. Angie Uploaded, yeah, she earned her respect. Hold up, wait, feel the tension rise. Every frame, every lie, yeah, it's in her eyes. Something going down, but the truth come alive. Angie Uploaded, yeah, she reading between lines. No pause, no fear when she speak on a case. Angie Uploaded, yeah, she say it to your face. Angie Uploaded, she know. Angie Uploaded, she close. Case locked in, truth on display. Angie Uploaded, bring the dark to the day. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live.
Good morning. Good morning. I need to get a sound check because right before I hit the live button, everything shut down. So I had to refresh, and I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me and that I'm not either one like completely muted or two blowing your eardrums out. So sound is thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. How are y'all doing? I'm so glad to be back in my chair. I was offered a earlier doctor's appointment yesterday, and I took it. So I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. So as you guys are coming in, I'll wait a few minutes before I let you know what's going on with that. Good morning, Zachary. Right now, I think I'm good with mods, but I will definitely keep you in mind. I do know who you are, and I appreciate you offering. If I need an extra one, I will definitely put you in the blue dress. See. Good morning, Tragic, Break, Cosmic, Aura, Catitude, Red Ember, Neon. Good morning, everybody. Snake, good morning. And Aura, I was actually watching Rewind when that happened. I'm like, oh Lord. I do appreciate. I've seen Zeta drop my link in, and I appreciate that very much. But I saw you girl over there trying to get me that redirect. I saw you girl. I appreciate it. Good morning, Chubby Scorpion. Hey, Doza. Laura, good morning. Oh, so I guess I'll go ahead and let you guys know what's going on. So really quick, the other day I had symptoms resembling a heart attack. And in my not so finest moment, I did not go to the hospital. And anyway, so long story short, yesterday I went to my cardiologist, and according to the EKG, compared to my last one, because I am a heart patient, there's some not so good activity going on in my lower valves or whatever. So I have to have an angiogram done. So they said if they can see that if it's like really bad, they will go ahead and put stents in. But first, they got to do the angiogram to see exactly how bad it is. If it's not that bad, then they can try to maintain it through medications. But yeah, so not the best news, but at least we have a game plan. And yes, my doctor got really mad at me. And if I even if I even feel an inkling of anything happening, I must go to the hospital like directly. So that's what's going on, everybody. She said it wasn't a panic attack. And I kept trying to tell myself, this is just a panic attack. Nah, bitch. No. So I should have gone. And next time I will. Luckily, and I'm glad there isn't, it could have been a lot worse. So we'll say that. But yep, I will get the angiogram done, and then I will we'll go from there. So rock on. Just gonna keep rocking in the free world. I mean, yeah. So it is what it is, and it could have definitely been worse. So, but that's where we are. She didn't tell me it was a heart attack attitude. What she said was that that was your heart trying to tell you something, Angie. And because I did not get an EKG done right away, all she could tell was the difference between my current EKG and my last EKG. But what she did say was that my rhythm was good. The bottom part, I forget the word, but anyway, the bottom part was like, there was quite a bit of change from the last one to this one. And with everything she said that actually happened and the length of time that it happened, she said that it was not a panic attack. But she did not come out and say that it was a heart attack. So I don't know. So that's why I should have done it anyway, but I should have gone and got an EKG like right away. So, would have known exactly what we're doing. But anyway, I didn't, and not my finest moment. So anyway, and for anybody listening to me, if you ever have a feeling like you're having a heart attack, go. It's better to go and be told you're having a panic attack than to not go and, get taken out of here. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, how are y'all? How are y'all doing? And if anybody comes in late, we can just tell them to rewind it, so I don't have to loop on it. Oh, well, there's I have actually been busy, doing real life work, and so as far as like watching a lot of content, I really haven't, with the exception, and I'm going to get deeper into this rabbit hole of this Heather Gillespie person. Now, somebody came in the other day and they dropped that name on me as to they wanted my take on this person. This is a whole rabbit hole, and I don't know exactly where to begin with her, so I kind of jumped in and I'm in like the middle part, but I don't have a beginning. So at some point I need to get to a beginning if I actually want to share. She's a hot mess. So if you're listening, what was it, Bali? I'm gonna get back to you on that one. But it was definitely a good name to drop in. She was evidently on Love After Lockup, and she's a mess, y'all. So I'm gonna dig into that rabbit hole. So you don't have to. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, everybody loves a good rabbit hole, right? But yeah, I'll dig into it and see where we are. Trying to, 'cause I'm trying to venture out and find more interesting people, to talk about. And um, so there's definitely a lot on her. So I will do that. Uh, Yes, yes, Catitude. If you have symptoms of a heart attack, go to the hospital immediately. It's not worth the risk. And it's not. It is not worth the risk. And that's for everybody. So everybody, let's make a deal. If we ever have that feeling, we're going to the hospital. Let's make a pact. Lord, her name is Heather Gillespie. And um I don't remember. Of course, I haven't seen all of the seasons of Love After Lockup. I watched it like when it first started, and I was like really, really big into it. And then, um, but I know I haven't seen this girl on there. But there is a lot of. All you have to do is just search her name. You can search it in YouTube. You can search it on Reddit. And all kinds of stuff pops up. So I'm definitely going uh, further in that rabbit hole. Because, like I said, I don't really have a beginning from like Love After Lockup to whatever she's doing now. But it was a good name to drop. And if y'all got any good ones y'all want me to look up, put them in the chat. Aura will get it for me. When Bees is in, she'll grab it for me, and I'll definitely give them a look and see. I'm noticing she's crazy, Lord. I'm noticing that, so yeah, it was definitely a good one to give me because we want some new. I don't know if we classify her as a low cal or a horror cal yet. It's kind of leaning to horror cal from what I can tell. So it's yeah, I'm a little heebie-jeebied by that. But anyway, I want to say thank you, Aura. Aura sent me a docket with some things on it. And there was one thing she put on here that I have been wanting to show. And I would look at it and then I would forget about it for the show. And I'm so glad that she put it on here. So let me pull this up. I am super excited that it's here. Let's take that out. And all right. You got to remember, I haven't worked with StreamYard in a minute, so I'm still gathering. Okay, so that's the one right there. Yeah, share. Okay, so do y'all remember? I know when I not first saw it, but Cafe used to show uh, the birds, Jackie and Shadow. And This is them in, so you got one, you can see it breathing. Yesterday I was looking in on them, and one of them was sitting there, and he was so big. So do y'all remember Jackie and Shadow at Big Bear? Well, here's the thing. So the lady, her name is Sandy. It's in the docket, but right now I'm sharing the screen. Her name is Sandy. Anyway, she was like the big overseer of the project. And she passed away. Oh, look. Okay, well, what's happening is a developer is wanting to come in. So this is on like 63 acres. And a developer is wanting to come in and buy the property and make like condominiums or hotels or something. And so, and they've got till July the 31st, I believe, to raise $10 million in order to, I guess, keep this property away from the developer so that it stays as like conservation property. Otherwise, they're going to tear all of this down and build some type of condominiums or hotels. I can read it when I actually go back over to the other screen, but I wanted to show y'all this morning how precious they are. So there they are. And I'll take that off. And so yeah, come on, you stupid mouse. Okay, so the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors once again approved the project despite inadequate environmental mitigations for the bald eagles. It is widely believed that this development will drive Jackie and Shadow from their nesting area. The public sent the county 5,000 emails opposing the development. Sandy Spears, that was her name, longtime executive director, spoke on Jackie and Shadow and the community's behalf at the public hearing, but the county supervisors seemed like they had already made up their minds. And then that was in 2025. And as of 2026, after months of negotiation led by Sandy Spears, the San Bernardino Mountain Land Trust, and the developer had entered into a limited agreement for the purchase for Moon Camp, which is this property, for $10 million to permanently conserve and preserve its 63 acres. So after the sale, see, the land will become part of the forest. So maybe they are, maybe if, okay, so if the funds are raised, it seems like that the developer will preserve the 63 acres. Okay. So yeah, that they have to, that's what it is. So they have to buy the 63 acres for $10 million to make this part of a conservation. And they only have until July the 31st of 2026 to raise the funds. So all of us that have been watching Jackie and Shadow for, a couple years at least, that's awful. So, and right now they have raised $2,547,840. So basically a quarter of the way there. And that is not looking good. So, but anyway, I will try to show y'all again before we end the stream, see if they've actually awakened. Hey Voodoo. Hey Megamind. Escalati. Steph. Savage Cupcake. Let's see. I know, Aura. I had seen the birds before, but Ken got me so invested in the birds. Yeah. Um, oh, Voodoo, that is a thought. Um, but then it's kind of like, Beetlejuice type thing. I don't know if I, I know that they would probably be interested. I had to have her kicked off out of one chat. A few months ago. She went over in one of their chats like she normally does and tried to take over, and she knew everything. I'm like, not here, bitch. Not here, honey bunny. Mm-mm. So I had to get her out of there. She was fighting with people in the chat. She knew everything. So yeah. Um oh wow, Savage Cupcake. So there was a girl on Love After Lockup named Skylar Rackley. She is from Zanesville, Ohio. I don't believe the show talked about it, but her boyfriend before the show was found chopped up in pieces. Okay, Aura, do you mind sending me a screenshot of what Savage Cupcake said? Because I want to look into that. And I get squirrel brained, I'll forget. That's interesting. Holy shit. I haven't heard about that either. That's definitely one for me to travel down and damn. Y'all, some crazy people end up on reality shows. You know that? It's like I think that has to be a prerequisite to get on a reality show. That must be crazy. Check. Hey, Han Solo. The day the squirrel went berserk. Yes, yes. Um, oh, Voodoo. That doesn't surprise me at all that she would get banned from counties. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't surprise me a bit. I'm just glad you got out of the attic, girl. I'm just saying. I'm glad you got out the attic. Hey, Wit. Hello. Oh. So let's see. It shouldn't still be. All right. Give me a memento. Guess I was still shared. I don't know. I am relearning StreamYard. So any mess up that I make, we're going to blame it on me. Have been dealing with OBS and not StreamYard. I was happy to come back though and see like all of the cool features that StreamYard has now though. But yeah. So if I mess up, y'all just slap me in the chat. Say, Angie, you're sharing this or you're doing this. But I usually don't have anything pulled up that I always check that before I go live because you never know when you're going to make a oopsie doops. And so I always try to make sure that anything I have pulled up, it would be okay if it accidentally got shown. So yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Amax Brantley. How are you? Can't remember if they solved his murder, but everyone. Oh, Savage Cupcake. I'm definitely going to look into that. uh, stuff like that. True crime, it's one of those, I love a good mystery. I like ones that are solved, though. I can't stand those that keep lingering on because it drives me nuts, because I'm one of those people that think, okay, you know what? Let me put this here and this here and this, and I'm going to figure it out. And it'll drive you nuts. That's why I like crime. I don't like any crime, but it's there. It's not going to stop. Crime is going to be a thing that is just going to exist. And I get so invested in it because it's like, okay, well, did y'all see this clue? Y'all missed this. Oh my God. I'm going to solve this for y'all. And that's why I like solved crimes, because it's like, okay, now I can move on to the next one. And that's why there are some even on my channel here that we don't have a resolution to, and that I've been following up on. And there's a couple that I'm just not getting any answers. So I got to figure out how to get some answers, especially for baby CJ. I don't understand. That is such a cut and dry case. But there was a gag order put on it. And ever since the gag order was put on the baby CJ case, I haven't been able to get anything. And I actually have family that lives in the area of where it happened. And yeah, nothing. So, but it's not from lack of trying. There's a couple of big things that have happened in a couple of cases that I did talk about on a couple of videos that I do want to. I may do it during a weekend stream where I do come live and just talk about those specific cases, because there was movement on one, a big one this week. So I may go live just to talk about a couple of the cases that I have here on the channel. Let's see. All right. So in news today, have y'all seen that ship that is a floating, I don't even know what you call it, a floating pandemic on its own? So there is a ship. It is, and I do have my notes here. Sorry, there's a lot of information here. It is the MV Hondius. Anyway, it's an excursion ship, so it's not like a Carnival cruise line or something. It's actually made for expeditions, like where you would go to like Antarctica, and you would do things like that. So probably something on somebody's bucket list where they would pay like tens of thousands of dollars to be able to go. Because when you get on them, I think they're like 30 or 35 days, and you stay with, I believe it's like 170 people can fit on this particular one. Now, this particular ship, it was built in 2019, and there's a Dutch company, Oceanwide Expeditors, that owns this particular ship. And so it's for your longer type sailings, and you go to more remote places like Antarctica. And so it's not like you're up there at the poop deck, and you're not partying on the Carnival or whatever. So anyway, so it set voyage, and then on April 11th, there was a 70-year-old man that was on board this ship. He got really sick and he died. He died on the ship. And then before they could get off of the ship or get him off the ship, his wife, she was 69, she became ill and she died on April the 26th. Now, I am saying that there are 4 people total as of when I took these notes. But I don't know if there's 3 on board because they docked in other places. You know, when you dock, you get off and you go look at things and all of that. So what this is the hantavirus. And it's a strain of the hantavirus called the Andes hantavirus. And this particular strain, it goes from person to person. And it has a almost 50% fatality rate. But here's the thing. So it is, I say it's, and this particular virus, it comes from like rodents, rats, their fecal matter, droppings, urine, saliva, and it affects the lungs. And this particular strain, you can get it from, you know, person to person contact. Now, y'all remember Gene Hackman? Well, when his wife, when they did her autopsy, she had the hantavirus, but it was not the Andes strain, but she did have the hantavirus. So people may remember, you know, the word here, you know, from that. But this is the Andes strain, and that is according to the lady I watched from the CDC. Now, they were able to get a couple doctors on the ship. I don't know if they're CDC doctors or not. I will be monitoring this. But yeah, so basically what's happened right now is that it's kind of floating out there. I mean, it's anchored. So it's not right up on the shores. And they're trying to figure out how to get these people off of that ship without getting anybody else sick. And this thing has an incubation period of 1 to 5 weeks before they see any symptoms. So right now, you've got people on the ship, and there's videos and stuff. And I may show some as we start monitoring this situation. I'm a little gun shy on sharing clips, but we should be okay. I mean, it's totally new stuff, so we should be okay with that. So yeah, they're trying to figure out how to get these people off of that ship, and without endangering anybody else. And you've got people that are making videos too, where they're like, keep these people on this ship. And I'm kind of with that, because if you don't put anybody else, if you don't have people going and coming, and it has an incubation period, and I don't know, I know the CDC houses a lot of diseases like up under it and stuff, and vaccines. I don't know if there's a vaccine for this. I have not gotten that far into it, but I'm wondering if there is, you know, could they get vaccines on board? And if there's not, can the symptoms be treated while they're on board and just wait it out? Because, I mean, it's not like they're lost at sea. You can get food to these people, you know, as they start to deplete their, you know, what they have on board. So I'm saying, I'm sorry, but at the risk of the whole world going down like we've had before, I'm saying keep these people on the ship. That's just my personal thought on it, you know? So, hey, Brandy, how are you? Long time, girl. Let's see. So some of you do exactly. Y'all know. Y'all have seen the ship. Yep. My husband normally tells me about the, you know, a lot of the news stuff, because I had gotten to where I wouldn't watch the news, because every time I would watch the news, it would just depress me. So I just wouldn't watch it. And if I needed to know anything, he would tell me. He didn't know about this ship, y'all. So I was like, oh, I got to tell you something. But yeah, so I'm definitely with the let's keep the people on. And that sounds inhumane though, doesn't it? It sounds like I'm a bad person for thinking that. I feel that's the way it comes across. But no, I'm thinking about the greater, you've got 100 and some people on board. And of course, there are people that work on this boat and they have to continue to work and all of that. But, you were, and I know it has to be hard. But I think if we look at the incubation period, and I just think you have to keep them on there, or there's got to be some type of testing. There's got to be a plan, and that's what they're trying to come up with right now, is this plan. But they would definitely have to be quarantined somewhere. But if they were able to get them off safely into a place without coming in contact with anybody else, they would definitely have to quarantine them somewhere. But my thing is, they're already quarantined on this boat. And they were able to get a couple of doctors and a nurse, I think, on board. So, yeah, I think exactly. I think the best place is to keep them there. Yeah, I was reading that, Hush, but so she was trying to fly home and died in South Africa, which was a stop en route. They are notifying everyone who would have been in close proximity to her. Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, Hush Pup. Yeah. So I read that it was Johannesburg, I think, Hush Pup. So yeah, they stopped in South Africa, and the South African government, they're part of this trying to figure out. The World Health Organization is trying to figure it out. I think the UK has somebody's trying to figure out something, because I heard the UK, South Africa, and then I know the World Health Organization is all in it as well. But yeah, it's a big thing. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Melissa. T-Ball. Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, so we're definitely gonna have to keep an eye, because I'm just scared for these people to get off this ship. All it's gonna take is, one person, and you have to think, before they knew that it was this hantavirus, that people were getting off of the ship at these ports, and who did they come in contact with? So they're trying to notify people. Okay, they're trying to notify people that may have come in contact with anybody, but I think there's 170 passengers, which now it's a little less, but well, I don't know though. They just added a couple doctors. So anyway, squirrel brain. But we will definitely have to. T-Ball, I hope not. I hope that unless they came in contact with people at the ports, I'm hoping that it's all contained on this ship. And I don't wish anything bad for, I hope they all make it out of this alive, but I do think that, they're trying to find a way to quarantine them, off of the ship. Well, I think being on the ship, you're quarantined. It's just I don't know. Am I wrong? And it makes people, exactly after what we all just went through, we're a little scared. Good morning, Allie. I see you. I almost missed your name. See, that's why if I say good morning, everybody, and I don't see y'all, sometimes my eyes will skip a line. I'm not doing it on purpose. So you read last night that 40 people had been let off. Well, see, I did mine. Aura sent me a link, and then I went and I researched deeper. So they may have already let some people off of here. So the information that I have is was the facts as of when I wrote my notes, which was earlier yesterday. So there may have been more developments on that. Why would they let I mean, if that is true, why would they let 40 people off? Yeah, it has so I read it has a 1 to 5 week incubation period. And well, I leave them on there. You know, I'm sure that, I mean, if they, okay, so like I said in the beginning, this is an excursion ship, okay? This is not like your Carnival Cruise Line. So these people have paid a lot of money to be on this type of excursion trip, okay? I'm sure that, you know, they have a type of job where, you know, they're not going to lose their job because they, you know, are going through this type of thing. And or either they're have money where it's, because you'll hear people, well, you know, well, they'll lose their job, or well, they could lose their life, you know. I don't know. Stay on the ship. That's my thing. Stay on the ship. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to help them, but help them on that ship. But if they've already let people out, see, I'm going to have to look into that. Because if that is true, then that scares me. Hush, Pat. I knew that you were in South Africa. I did not know you were right there. Oh my God. Well, you got to stay home. You can't even leave the house right now. You understand? Just don't even. Let's see. Well, the last I looked, it was I'm not going to call it docked. It was sitting out, like kind of anchored out, but not actually at a port. So, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it. So there was a staff member on Sky News yesterday, and he disembarked after the first. And oh my, see that. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look it up. I have to have a hush pup. I did say it at the beginning, and you can go back after, you know, after I end the live or whatever. But I have to have an angiogram done. Long story short. Okay. Well, those of y'all, if y'all didn't know that there was a ship out there that is containing this Hansa virus with the Andes strain, now you know. And I'll try to keep an eye on it for us, see where we're at. Next time we meet up, we'll try to. But my thing is, but they didn't know. See, they didn't know that this was what it was. They just knew that somebody, you know, people were getting sick. So of course people were getting off of the boat. But now that they know, I say you keep them on the boat. But that's definitely one that we will monitor. And Hush Pup, if you hear anything over in your neck of the woods, let me know. Because I knew that you were in South Africa. I just yeah, I didn't know that you were like right there. Okay. All right. While I'm see, this is solo streams are good, but when you are when you're wanting to look something up, You get a lot of dead air. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm looking at the dude that was on the boat. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to play a little of this, but I will have to pause it. Okay, let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Where is it at? Why is it not? Give me a moment. Okay, so it's okay, so that's it. All right. All right. So this is the guy, he was on Sky News.
Because we were on board with these people for 24 days straight. We had relationships, so I knew these people, and I'm very sad that they're going through this human crisis. I just wish them to get well, and now that they are being taken care of.
Well, at least okay. At least they didn't. He looks like that he is like hopefully streaming from his own isolation. I really hope that that is the case here. But yeah, he's So 2 passengers of virus hit ship self-isolating in the UK. Okay, so I guess that's why the UK is part of this. Yes. Okay, that's making sense now. Thank you for telling me about this. I'm going to go back and look at this. Y'all know I'm very gun shy about sharing clips on here right now. So I'm going to stop sharing that. But y'all can go back and look at it if you want to. That is Sky News. And yeah. So it seems to be several videos out there. I'm looking at it right now. Sky News seems to be doing a fantastic job of keeping it covered. I love Sky News. And this stupid mouse all over the freaking place. Okay. Hi. Okay, well, in other news, let's change to other news, y'all. We have some more. Okay. Did y'all hear about Britney Spears? So Brit got herself a DUI. So on March the 4th, she was arrested after allegedly driving erratically. Okay. And so they're saying that this was Brit's first offense. And which is first offense, I guess, for a DUI. So that was March the 4th. So in April, she checked herself into a treatment facility, and then on May the 4th, she was arraigned. So she didn't have to go to court. The lawyer was able to show up for her, and she pled guilty to wet reckless. And what wet reckless is, I'm learning, is that when there's not, so she had 0.06 in her system. Now, they said that allegedly there was some type of drugs found in the vehicle. But when the arraignment happened and she took her plea and all of that, none of that was mentioned. I even watched an interview with her attorney. I watched Nancy Grace. And so none of the alleged, drugs were mentioned. I don't even know what kind, what happened to them. But anyway, this reckless plea is when there's not enough, because normally it's like 0.08 is the legal limit in most places. So you get this reckless, it's a misdemeanor. She pled guilty to that. So she has to do 12 months of probation, a $571 fine. She has to attend a 3-month DUI program, which is 30 hours of class time, once a week visit with a psychologist, and twice a month visits from a psychiatrist. So that reckless, which is just a weird word for me. So it's when it's low limits and there's no accidents or anything involved. So she left rehab after 3 weeks. And a lot of people are saying, well, it was just for show. Well, okay. A lot of people, even not famous people, when they're in trouble, they'll go to rehab. That's just what people do. That's what their attorneys will tell them to do. Go to rehab. It's going to look better in front of the judge if you go to rehab. Okay. And now Nancy is trying to say that, because Nancy Grace was part of the, she was very much on Britney's side during the Free Britney movement. And now she's like, I don't know. I know she wants Britney to be clean, completely clean. And that's of alcohol too. But here's the thing. There was a video on Insta where Britney was dancing with one of her sons and twerked on his leg. Now, I saw the video. I didn't think it was that bad, but it is her son. I get it. So Nancy is now saying that, Britney is not changing. She doesn't want to change. I just feel like that so much was taken from her, and she had to work and work and work. Even when she went crazy, she had to work and work. I mean, I want the best for Britney too, but at some point you got to hope that she is surrounded by the best people and just let her live her damn life. You know what I mean? I don't know. Savage Cupcake. I know. It's interesting to research child stars and where they end up. It's sad, though, when you realize that most do not have great lives afterwards. I know. Okay, my age has never been hidden. Okay, I'm 47. And the fact that, I would watch, oh God, my mind just went blank. What you talking about, Willis? Arnold? When the world don't, Different Strokes. Dana Plato. She died so young. It was an overdose. And then, and then Corey Haim. And then you look, oh my God, you got Brittany Murphy. And then her husband ended up dying of the same illness that she died, because people were looking at him suspect. Simon, whatever his last name is. Different Strokes, yeah. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. I love Different Strokes. I will watch Different Strokes right now. I will. I loved Different Strokes. But there are a lot of look at what's his face from that 70s show. I can't remember his real name. I mean, who would think that he would be in the position he's in, grape and essay of women and but yeah, if you look at a lot of young child stars, they end up in a bad predicament, and a lot of them end up broke because somebody's mismanaged their money, or they ended up on some substances and they spent all of their money on it. But a lot of child stars, they don't have the right people around them. And I hate to say it, a lot of the times it's their parents. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to throw this out there. Who was taking care of Justin Bieber? I mean, cause he ended up getting to stay with, P. Diddy, and I believe I read where his mom, actually signed something for him to stay, like a month there or something when he was younger. And I can't remember if Usher was there during this month, but yeah, it's like, oh, River Phoenix. Oh my God, I know. Yes, Hush Pup, Brittany Murphy's husband died. I want to say it was about 6 months to a year after she died. And it was of the same thing, because she had been feeling sick, and a lot of people were saying that he had something to do with it. Well, then he ends up dying of the same thing. But the mom was living in her mom, I believe. Y'all, if I'm getting the mom's wrong, I'm sorry. But anyway, so they're trying to say that maybe it was something in this house that caused Brittany Murphy's death. And then I think his name is Simon, her husband's. But yeah, he did, Hush Pup. He died too. Good morning, bees. Yeah, Brandy, Danny Masterson. That was Hyde. That's what I was trying to think of. Oh, y'all. I know I'm probably one that just, I loved Anna Nicole Smith. I'm sorry. I adored Anna Nicole. I watched everything I could on her. I thought she was fabulous. And when she started going down, it just, it really broke. When I saw her on the thing, Trend Spa, it broke my heart, y'all. I felt like the Barbie of my generation had just, she was, you couldn't even recognize her anymore. You see, some of us really did like Anna Nicole. I mean, that story of hers, it's so Marilyn Monroe-esque, She was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I remember those Guess commercial ads that she did. Oh, she was stunning. Oh, Anna Nicole passed. It's been yeah, it's been quite a bit because her son, Daniel, passed away either the day or the day after she gave birth to Danny Lynn. And he passed away while she's in the hospital. And when he passed, it was just, yeah, that was her world, was that boy. But Danny Lynn is beautiful. Her daughter, oh, she's beautiful. Drew Barrymore is probably the only child to make it out okay, who was also in that scenario. Oh, God, I know. And had her out at Studio 54 smoking cigarettes at night. Yes. Yes, Aura. You should look into what Elijah Wood says about Hollywood and growing up in it. Maybe that's something we need to talk about. I haven't even thought about that. I think a lot of us have our own little childhood people that we think about. And they don't all Amanda Bynes. Yes, Amanda Bynes. That is one. I think she's finally trying to get her life on track, y'all. But if y'all haven't seen Amanda Bynes, let me show. I'm gonna show this. Before and after. Yeah. How do y'all know I was fixing to write that? Okay, so this is we'll show this one. Okay, so y'all remember Amanda Bynes, right? I know she was on that soccer movie, and she was on some. Y'all know who she is. Y'all put it in chat what she was on. I've got squirrel brain. So this is her. And then this over here with the heart tattoo, that's what she looks like now. And she lost her damn mind. I don't know if it was an actual psychosis. I don't know if she was on something. I don't have, I was totally unprepared for this, but I do know that she went through something. And now I was either watching something the other day or reading that she is actually doing okay right now. I don't know what her plans are. I could look further into it if y'all want me to, but yes, that is what Amanda Bynes. Oh, my heart. So I can't remember if it was like a psychosis or if she was on some type of substances, but yeah, so that's her. And then I guess I can show y'all, if y'all don't know, might help if I spelled right. All right. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so this right here, I think this is a recent one that I saw. This right here is Danny Lynn. So this is Anna Nicole's daughter that she had with that one guy. So that's Anna Nicole's daughter right there. Isn't she absolutely stunning? I mean, so when she gave birth to her, she was in the hospital. I believe she was in the Caribbean somewhere. And that's when her son Daniel passed away while she was in the hospital giving birth to her. And then and Nicole didn't last too much longer after Daniel passed away. Yep. Yeah, the Amanda Show. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of the Amanda Show. I'm sitting here I'm telling y'all, that squirrel brain is real. Hey, pirate. I have to get an angiogram. So my long story short, my EKG was off from this one I had, from the last one I had, and they're concerned that the bottom valves or something may have some blockages, so I'm going to get an angiogram done. But I explained all that I could in the beginning. So when this live is over, if y'all want to know what's happening with my heart, I explained it at the beginning. So, yeah. it's wild that Frances Bean Cobain is married to Tony Hawk's son. Well, there's a lot of things that end up weird like that, with like, this. But I'm going to be honest with you. I did not know that, T-Ball. I did not know that Frances Bean was married to Tony Hawk's son. I don't know how Frances Bean escaped unscathed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Hey, look. And she is another beautiful one. Frances Bean, Kurt Cobain, and Cole, Courtney. Blah. Kurt and Courtney, their daughter, Frances Bean, she played in Hole. I'm telling you, my brain is getting just horrible. But here, I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all a picture. So that is Kurt and Courtney's daughter. So evidently this is the one that is married to Tony Hawk's son, which I didn't know that, T-Ball. I'm telling you, she looks just like her mama and her daddy. Courtney Love. Yeah, that's her name. But then you got like people like Corey Feldman. He tried to tell, he tried to open up. He tried to tell people. I feel like that in certain ways he was, silenced or told he was crazy. I believe him. I totally believe him. I totally believe that a lot of those things happen. Angie, call me after you end. I need your opinion. If not, you have bail. Uh-oh. Bees. I'll call you, but I got bail money too, so we'll just let's talk this out first. Uh-oh. Yes, Corey Feldman was censored and silenced. I believe that. Somebody said earlier to look up Elijah Wood. I'm definitely going to look up. I loved Elijah Wood. So if there is something to look up there, I'm going to do that. Chevy Scorpion wife is married to a macho Einstein. I must have missed something. I agree, Bright. It's just it, and they get them in the most, and I keep going back to Hush Pup, yes, Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter. That is one beautiful young lady, and she can sing. She's absolutely stunning. Oh Lord, I'm gonna show y'all now. If y'all have not seen Michael Jackson's daughter, this is her. And she can sing. She can play the guitar. She's just she's beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And she seems like that she would have that personality, free spirit, just type. I think that she just seems like a good human being. Now, obviously, I don't know her. But from the outside looking in, she is absolutely stunning. So, anyway, that right there. That is Paris, everybody. Okay. Oh my. Yeah, I keep going back to when I think about these, I automatically think about the Corey Feldman situation. And then now I can't help but think about Justin Bieber and looking at his actions and even some of the music and how he's acted since all of the P. Diddy stuff came out. And I think honestly that there's a lot, I think there's more than what we know. And I kind of think he probably wishes that, people didn't think that about him. And me, it's not the ill intent was on P. Diddy. But you got to think, if you're in Justin's situation, it's like, I don't want people to think that, even if it's true. I don't want people to know. I don't want, and I think that it's done something to his mind. I feel like he can't be exactly happy in his marriage. Or is he married to her? What's her face? Haley. I can't remember if he's married to her or not, but I know he wanted to be with I think he honestly wants to be with Selena Gomez. So I don't even think he can try to be happy. He just looks miserable all the time. And a lot of it got worse after the Diddy stuff come out. To me, looking at him, just, saying, okay, this is Justin this day, this is Justin this day. Oh, yeah, Feldman tried to save him. Well, they say that Corey Haim died with like some type of pneumonia or something. I'm not even sure he may have had some substances in him, but I think the main thing was pneumonia that he passed away with. But yeah, I just but with Justin, yeah, you just look at him one day and then you look at him the next, and it's just not even comparable. All right, I had another story I was going to tell y'all about. Okay. So, a mom was arrested for allegedly giving her toddler a tattoo and telling others that the boy wanted it, according to police. Brooke Ann McDaniel was charged with fourth-degree assault, child abuse, a misdemeanor, and was booked into the Adair County Jail in Kentucky. At the time of this article, it's unclear if, she's entered a plea, but so the citation has on it. So this is a misdemeanor, but the citation has on it that police observed a black tattooed dot on the child's right forearm with red in the surrounding area. Several witnesses told police that McDaniel had stated that she gave the child a party dot, and I looked that up too, but and that he wanted it. Talking about the design, so the toddler, I think he's 22 months. I think that's what it said, 22-month old, yeah. Observing the family's deplorable living conditions, the officer contacted the Kentucky Department for Community-Based Services to assess the home. According to the report, when this was written, she was being held in jail with a $5,000 cash bond. So I looked up this party dot. And I know that's not even the actual part of this, but it's so it's the party dot has a long-standing history for socialites, but also can have some accidental implications like gang signs, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, so this 22-month-old child wanted a party dot, just so y'all know. And she gave it to him because he wanted it. And now this is a misdemeanor. I'm confused. I'm so confused here. Like, what the actual hell? So, but okay, but Aura, you bring up a point though. If you can have your child's ears pierced, I I guess I guess you can, but to say that he wanted it, I I don't know. I was blown away by this. Does anybody in here think that it's okay to give a 22-month-old? You probably wouldn't say it but I mean, I don't think, because earrings, you can take earrings out and the holes can close up. So technically, you're not leaving a mark on them that could last forever. But a tattoo, I just feel like you should not be able to tattoo your children. I mean, what? I don't know. My mind was just blown. I'm sorry. Uh, but then I think about like, and I guess that maybe that's why it's a misdemeanor, because that's what I was blown away by, was that it was a misdemeanor, and that, she's in $5,000, I'm thinking, oh, this is so low to me. But I didn't think about the piercing of the child, how they take babies in to get their ears pierced. I didn't think about that. So maybe I, I mean, I think it's atrocious. I think it's horrible. I think it should be like a felony. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, let's throw the book at this stupid ass mom, um and I still feel that way. I still feel like that it should not be a misdemeanor. But then if you do that, does that then say something about piercing the ears? Like, I don't know. So I told y'all, that's why I'm telling y'all, I've said it before, I have said it again. I have undiagnosed ADHD because my mind just goes, beer, 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 beer. What about circumcision? Okay, there's another one. What about circumcision? It's like, now they do say that that it's for health reasons, I think. Now I know that there's some religions and stuff in there, but that is true. You're giving permission. I don't know. I I don't know. But I really feel like this tattoo thing is wild to me. But then how far could you really push it if it's okay to do like ear piercings and stuff? I don't know. Oh my God, T-Ball. You were 11? Okay, all right. So I'm sorry, I've got to talk about this, and I know you well enough. Um, 11 years old. That had to hurt like a mother trucker early on for health reasons. That it's cleaner. And I'm not saying one way or the other. Some people do, some people don't. It's for religious reasons. It's for health reasons. You know, do y'all parents do y'all boo? Um, but I would just have to think that that would be one of the worst experiences to go through at 11 years old. Oh my God. Like, let's see, that would be an understatement. When the anesthetic wore off, I howled in pain for 4 hours. I spent 3 weeks unable to walk properly. Oh my God, I bet so. Holy shit. I can't. Oh God. And see, and that's what it is, Neon. Is like a lot of, these babies, they don't remember going through that. And so, or the pain associated with, but at 11, it's like, oh God. Yeah, so y'all, if y'all were planning on circumcising your babies, please do it at a young age so they don't remember it. Oh, I can only imagine being a oh, yeah. Angie, what the are you having us talk about? Well, pirate, see, it started like this. See, I had information and news that I brought to the table today. I was prepared, and then squirrel brain happened. And I started talking about Britney Spears. See? And Britney led into child actors and all of this stuff. Now, how we got, the tattoo mom. That's how we got to circumcision. Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. According to my mom, I slept through mine when I was really? Oh my God. Okay, I remember my sons, and I remember, he cried, but he didn't cry for like days or anything. I mean, and I know that he don't remember that because they did that. They do it in the well, most of the time they do it in the hospital. So I know that. So yeah, if y'all are gonna if you're gonna put your child through it, try to do it as a baby. But sleeping through it, that's badass though, Mochi. Not gonna lie, that's badass. Angie, look, I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, I loved Shameless Aura. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, all right. Let's take a look. Let's go back to our birds and see if we got any movement. We don't, but we'll look at them. We'll look at them anyway. This stupid mouse. Okay, so there is Jackie and Shadow sleeping. Yesterday, there was a good picture of Shadow. Oh, it was so pretty. There they are, the sleeping little angels. Big angels now. It is so hard to believe that we've watched them. And for those of y'all that don't know, this is you can pull this up. There are camera angles on the birds at Big Bear, and you can go on YouTube and you can watch, and the sun will come up, and yeah, so you can watch the whole life of them. That is so calming to me. This right here is my, I guess I would call this my happy place. Because I mean, when you watch them just breathe in and out, it's like, you know, you can kind of forget a lot of things at the moment. But there they are. Maybe if I do a later show during the weekend, we can look at them and we'll be able to see. Y'all see the twinkling stars? Yep. So there they are. I think we're going to start checking in on them because I forgot that other people actually enjoyed this too. Here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing the noise. I'm hearing something. There it is. All right, there we go. I remember. I know the little eggs. I know. It's funny because my mom asked the doctor how it went. And he said he'd never seen another baby sleep through it. You know that much. Now, granted, I've never had a circumcision, but my mama said that I slept through a lot of things too. Not now though. Like my husband, he can sleep. Let there be bad weather, let something like that happen, and he will sleep through it. Me, I'm up. I don't worry about weather as much as he does because I've lived through tornadoes and you know I've been through that. I have been in the middle of a tornado, literally, and but him, if he's awake, he's pacing door to door to door. You know, we all have, I don't know if y'all saw, hold on, I'll show y'all. I can't show y'all. Shit. Okay. I don't know if y'all ever saw this, but it was, I popped up on, what show was it, Aura? The one where I had the helmet on. Balls, low-cal balls. And I had this Kevlar helmet on. I had this vest and all this stuff. I said I was ready to go to, to war or whatever. Anyway, so my husband has those Kevlar helmets. And when there's bad weather, he hands us all our helmets. So when my mom was alive, I would give her, she had her own Kevlar helmet, but she couldn't go down to the basement with us. So I would put her little helmet on when the sirens went off. I would put her helmet on and I would sit up here in the room with her. So, yeah, balls, or that's what it was. I probably could get it, but the clip is actually on Chubby, which I don't think I can get. But the original was over on Balls. That is so funny. Or is it? Hold on. I didn't even check that. Uno momento, please. Yes, I can. It's still up. Okay, here we go. Share.
Have you considered the potential clapbacks of TikTok Nerd and Live?
Not playing the sound. I don't know why it's not playing the sound, but y'all see that helmet right there? I don't know why it's not playing the sound. Anyway, that's the helmet I'm talking about right there. We heard it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Y'all can hear it? Oh, that's right. I said it. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's the can y'all believe all three of those people are not locale hosts anymore? But yeah, so there you go. That's the helmet I'm talking about. I stop. I stop. I stop, bees. Well, see, and I'm going to loop in because, yes, I'm allowed to talk about the LCU. I'm not dogging anyone, but that's when the LCU, to me, was fun. And I commend anybody over there that is really trying to have fun instead of just staying in the drama. And you can have enough drama in your own life. You know what I mean? But I really like jumping up on balls that day, just decked out in a full, like I'm ready to go to war. You know what I mean? So I can also see some of my weight loss if I go back to some of those clips. So I'm glad all those clips are out there. I can definitely see some changes in myself. But it was so fun to do that. But it's kind of weird looking at that clip and knowing none of those people are locale hosts anymore. Yeah. It was so fun back then, Powerage. And I know a lot of people say this is like, I just want to have fun again. I just want to. So anybody that is having fun over there, that's doing the fun things, and I commend that because it seemed like there's so much drama. And then, when those girl world people invaded, I'm sorry, that just did it for me. It was like it just totally changed. The whole dynamic of it changed. And now most of every show you look on has somebody from Girl World. And I'm not shaming Girl World people. I'm not. Some of them are great. Some of them are really nice. I'm just saying the dynamic of the LCU changed. And I for one just didn't like it. You got people up there that I absolutely cannot stand. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. But for whatever reason, people are finding them entertaining, and I just don't. Since your mama joined, it's gone. I feel with Yo Mama, it's like a split for me. It's like Yo Mama is so damn entertaining. He comes up with the craziest skits. And see, I wanted to do that too. I reached out to Yo Mama. I got the same green screen he has. I wanted to do skits and do things like that too. And maybe maybe it'll happen. It's still sitting in its box. I'm looking at it right now. I haven't even got to bust it out yet, but I wanted to do stuff like that. And he's so damn entertaining. And I know that he calls this out and he calls that out. But just because your mama says something doesn't make it true. And there's some things I'm just looking at like, okay, and you're going to say this, and you have that way, kind of like Keemstar. You keep talking long enough and people are actually going to believe your point of view from it. Y'all, your mama's not right about everything. He's just not. But he can make you think he's right about everything. See, that's what aggravates me with him. But as far as being an entertainer, he's absolutely entertaining. So, so I'm like, with your mama. But as far as, if he's putting on a show and you're watching it creative, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. He's creative. Iceman getting more chances was... I don't know the thought behind that. I never found him entertaining. I never found Iceman entertaining at all. But then some people would say that about me. So, And Allie, I don't know what happened to Bus last night. All I heard was that somebody flipped out. And I don't know if it was Foxy. I'm not sure what happened, but I know that they ended up taking it down. So if anybody knows what happened to Buzz last night, I am all ears, because I was hoping that, so I woke up at 4 and I was hoping that Rewind would talk about what happened to it. Because they said something, but then they just stopped talking about it. And evidently, somebody shit the bed. Because they were going IRL again. Oh, who? Who was the main person, Pirate? Let's see. I'll get my broom out for you, Bees. Your mama drives me insane. All he does is go. Yes, Mochi. Yes. That's what I'm talking. That is the part of him I don't like. And like Pirate said, he puts on a damn good show. He absolutely puts on a good show. So it's like, I just wish he wouldn't dig so much this way. But I guess you have to have that villain, But Yo Mama, to me, takes it too far being that villain sometimes. And if he didn't push it as far and then was just, puts on the shows that he does, but didn't take it quite as far, I think I wouldn't have a problem with him. I just think he takes it a little bit too far being a villain. And some people don't see him as the villain, but I do. I see it that way because I feel like he's, okay, my sights are on you now. My sights are on you now. And then people don't talk about, like the hosts and stuff, they don't want to talk about him because if they say anything about him, then they're in his sights. You see what I mean? And it's just crazy how he switched up on me and AMAC so quickly over nothing. So, Foxy was blaming Tina. Tina and Foxy got into it. There we go. There's my aura. Tina and Foxy got into it. Foxy showed Tina's old GoFundMe page and the time she called Albert an N-word on Queens when she thought she was muted. Foxy then gets a mysterious message on her phone and begins to cry. She comes back on camera, but quickly leaves the stream after saying she doesn't know if she can do this and is clearly panicking. Tina pops up and says it wasn't her. No one ever gets an answer about what happened to Foxy to make her leave. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, I don't know. All I know is Foxy acts like the gay police. I agree with that. It's like she has to patrol all the gaydom in the LCU now. And when Batgirl said that Foxy was the Martin Luther carpet muncher, I thought I would absolutely die. I laughed so damn hard because Foxy is the type of person, if you don't agree with what she said, so them saying this didn't make you mad, Batgirl, or that didn't upset you, Batgirl. No. It's like, if you don't believe with her way of thinking, then you're in the wrong and she's always in the right. She's the gay police of the LCU. Like, no. People are allowed to feel the way they feel. They're allowed to think what they think. But I am kind of curious as to what caused her to, what was on that phone call or message or whatever. Very interesting. Oh, I agree, T-Ball. Batgirl, she is hilarious, and her working with Tommy has been able to bring it out more, I think. However, I'm going to agree with Foxy for a moment. Every time Batgirl says something, she giggles. It's like, there are sometimes I wish she would say it without the giggle. And it would land better than with the giggle. But then Batgirl says, I'm just trying to have fun. So I'm like, do you, boo? You know? Yeah. But sometimes I think what she's trying to say would land a lot better if she would do it without that little laugh at the end. But it's it's subconscious. I think she just does it. The laugh's going to come after she says it regardless. So, and I don't want her having a complex about it, because then she'll overthink. She won't say. So, I'm just glad she actually speaks up and says the funny shit now. You know what I mean? But she'll giggle after every funny thing she says. And I think it just comes out. She doesn't mean for it to, I don't think, but it just happens. And her crash out was good, y'all. It was good. It's a nervous giggle, a bad habit she needs to drop. I know, Sally. It's like, I feel like it would hit so much better if she would like say whatever it is she's trying to say and leave that giggle off. I think it would be like, chin, motherfucker. That type of hit. Instead of her say something. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. It's like, ah. I think I know. I feel like, yeah, it's just like, and Foxy has pointed that out. But I've seen it. A lot of us have seen it, but it would hit so much better if she could leave it. But I would rather her say it, say whatever it is she's thinking and have the giggle than her not say it at all. So I don't. So let's don't even tell her we talked about it. I still think it would hit better. Like, I feel like Batgirl, I feel like that she goes through some things, and I feel like the LCU is her happy place. Y'all, my stomach is growling. Y'all hear that? And I feel like the LCU is her happy place. I think she likes being a part of things. I think she has a family. I feel like Tommy thinks the world of her. No matter what he says sometimes, I think he absolutely adores Batgirl. And I would hate to see them split up. Now, in the beginning, I didn't like them two together at all. I hated them two together. But now I can't see them separated. But I love Batgirl. I know she is that type. She's that, you know, she's just one of those staples. And I don't want to see I don't want to see her go anywhere. When her crash outs happen, they're good. So you can't talk about her like look at Glammy. Glammy crashes out once a week probably now. And there's probably goals over there to make her crash out. And there's probably 10,000 people that help push those goals at that 6 a.m. slot. Like, good for y'all. You know? I'm not holding any resentment towards that. Not me. But, so Glammy's crash outs, they're just not as good anymore. Because I feel like she's purposefully doing them. I mean, it is what it is. They used to be epic, and now they're just there. I don't feel like that they're truly crash outs anymore with Glammy. But when Batgirl has one, they're pretty good. I don't like Glammy crash out. It upsets my ears. I get it. Tommy gets fixated on certain hosts and doesn't stop bashing them, which has ruined the pleasure of watching him for me. First Rastall, then Billy, now Nightmare and Twiggy, mostly. Hush Pup, I see what you're saying. I do. But I think, is that not part of him? I don't know. I get what you're saying though, Hush Pup. I really do. The vibes were off on Reaper last night. Oh. See, maybe I need to get the tea at the beginning of the show as opposed to the end of the show. Because you guys did genuine content, no forced drama, none of the usual shit that becomes a plague. Well, that's one thing, T-Ball, that's one thing that we said, AMAC and I both said we can't do. We can't fake like a fight or, beef or. That's why it was so hard. Be like, okay, well, what do you got to say about this person? Even if a certain person had said some, crazy something about me, I don't care enough about that person to care. So it was hard for me to say, well, blah, 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 about what they said about me because I don't care. When people talk about you, really, it's none of your business. You know what I mean? That's their business. But but every now and then you got to pop off. You got to say something. That's what makes you interesting. But yeah, we couldn't fake drama. And some people are able to, and I'm not even going to say fake drama. Some people are able to, like, let's say Fupa says something about me. I have to care enough about what Fupa is saying for it to have an effect on me, to make me pop off, right? But that's also part of shows where, this person says something, you go back at them. And I think that was a lot of I just didn't care enough about people's what they said about me. I don't know. When you and AMAC fought, though, when you spend that much time with somebody every morning, and then, at probably the worst time in the morning, because you're just both of you are waking up to do, you're eventually going to, and, but I mean, we're still cool, you know. We're still fine with each other. In fact, from what I hear, because I fall asleep early, from what I hear, they're doing great over on Fluff, her and Sweet Tea. So, but Hushpop, he has. So I see that okay, it's relentless, Angie. Every day is too much. He says he won't stop until they are booted or leave. I just don't watch it, although I used to. But he says himself that he's more like a shock jock, like Howard Stern-ish. So maybe he's purposefully doing that to try to get a rise out of him. The thing that gets me, though, is that it's like you kind of see a him and Yo Mama team up, but not a tap in type. Like you see them vibing, they're cooking in the same kitchen. And that's what I don't like that. Because I feel like they're agreeing with each other, Tommy and Yo Mama now. And it's just weird. That's weird for me. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, honey bun, how are you? I'm loving Turbo and Zeta together. It's becoming my favorite show. They're dynamic. I said this in the rewind chat the other day that I do like Zeta and Turbo together. It is the pairing I wouldn't have thought of, but they both seem to get along with each other, and nobody has been able to work with Zeta, and Turbo seems to be doing it just fine, and maybe vice versa. I don't know, but they seem to have a very good dynamic. My thing is, I wish they would rewind. And this is just for me personally, because I get up at 4:00 in the morning and I would like to turn on rewind and hear what happened from what I've missed. And I missed a lot yesterday, so not gonna lie. So I kind of wish they would rewind, but rewind was turned into the Hangout show, and then but I think they would honestly do good rewinding. Just get them a docket team, get some clips together, and rewind. I do like their dynamic together, though. I really do. My dad, not a fan of Tommy C. I don't know what Tommy do. Don't know what Tommy did to my 69-year-old dad. Not a fan of him. I don't know. Maybe does your dad watch the LCU stuff, or is that from his own stuff, Miss Olivia? My stomach keeps growling, y'all. I was going to talk about something else, but I'll save that because we don't have enough time to get into it. I will ask that anybody finds out what happened on that message or whatever that Foxy received that caused her to leave. I would love to know. I'm still in Discord. But my email address is angieuploaded@outlook.com. You can email me with you got somebody like locales to look up, any cases, true crime cases to check into, y'all can email me that. So I'm probably one of the easiest people to get a hold of because I don't shut my shit down. But Tommy C try to kill me. Oh, yes, you can also get me on X, Twitter. Absolutely. And until I get monetized, you can drop me a Cash App. I'm kidding. We've got, let me look. See where my hours are. Because I was rounding the other day. I said we had 1,000. We were right at 1,000. Let's see where we are. My little Lodettes. I think that's what I'm going to call y'all. My Lodettes. Or my little uploads. Lodettes, uploads. All right. So I'm about 1,100 and 0.4. Some people are saying I have to have 4,000. Some people are saying I have to have 3. I can't remember if it's 3 for, well, I think it's 3 for monetization period, because one of them you get, you can get memberships, and then one of them you can get super chats. You have, or they may have taken it all down to 3,000. I can't remember. I know at one point in time you had to have 3,000 for one and 4,000 for the other. Either way, we're working it. That's what I get these hours up, and that's why I appreciate everybody watching. And let it run. If you're in at home, let it run at night. Let it, let's just get. It's 3K. So all I have to be able to do is just to be able to monetize it. So all I have to do is be able to get reapproved for the partner program. That's all I got to do. So I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep doing my thing like a chicken wing. It just sucks when you didn't know you was really doing anything wrong. Womp womp. Womp womp. I'm so bad. But all righty. Let's see. There's so many over here. Make sure y'all hit that like for me, please. And I know that Cafe is coming on. I'm not sure who else would be on this early. I do know Cafe because I like to shout out everybody that I know that's live. Uh-oh. That was me talking. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any notifications of people besides, I know Cafe is coming on. So y'all go give them a watch. Tell them Chubby Money. Angie sent you. Tell them good morning. And I will go live sometime this weekend. I'm not sure which day, and it will probably be a different time than 6 o'clock in the morning. Other than that, if you don't see me over the weekend, I'll be back Monday morning. We're on our morning show rise. We're going to do the thing at 6 a.m. Eastern through the weekdays. So I will see you next time, guys, and y'all have a lovely day and a wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.